This is healthyconsumer.com, integrative health interviews, and I'm here with Deej Leggit, and I've known Deej for almost a year. Well, I guess
year and a half.
About that, and I first ran into her from a friend of mine was talking about raw foods, and I was just starting to get into the raw foods thing, and then I found out about Camp Rawnora. And so here we are, we're in southwest Michigan in Watervliet, and it's the middle of winter, but actually a pretty mild one, comparatively speaking, in Michigan, wouldn't you agree?
Very much, very much.
So what we're going to do, we're going to talk to Deej a little bit. She has an amazing story, and I think you guys would be really interested in it. She has conquered almost impossible odds through diet and through the introduction of raw foods, and she's actually gone almost 100%, close to 100% raw.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay. And so we're going to talk to her a little bit about that and just get to kind of know where she's at with that. So right now, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about Camp Rawnora, which is where we're at. I'll put that website up there on the screen. And tell me a little bit about Camp Rawnora.
Okay. I've been raw since about 6 years ago. I went to the Creative Health Institute. At that time, I wasn't aware that I had diabetes. Or if I did, it was like borderline. And I went to a doctor in Chicago, and he told me I didn't have diabetes, to just get out of his way. He doesn't have time for me to talk about my diabetes, and you're okay. Yeah. After all, I had 16 Oreo cookies for lunch. Oh my gosh. So I knew I had to do something because I was feeling so badly. I was thirsty all the time, my energy was down, I had Lyme's disease, I also had fibromyalgia. Yeah,
you
all
did?
this, yes.
Wow.
That was pretty bad when I went to the Creative Health Institute. Plus I was obese. I was about 30 pounds heavier than I am right now. Okay. So I went there and was introduced to it, and it was like, I was there for 2 weeks. I couldn't believe how much better I felt. I mean, like I had energy, focus, my mind was there, and I just felt so much better. Also my hair was like turning like very, very thin, very gray. And I was just aging. I had like an accelerated aging with this diabetes and the other things. So I went there and I felt so much better, and I knew that was going to be my lifestyle.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I had gone to the Optimum Health in Texas, in San Diego, and finally I was ready for the Tree of Life. So I went to the Tree of Life. They had a special diabetic program there. Gabriel Cousins is the smartest man I know, human being. I had all these preliminary tests before I went into the diabetic program, which was for 3 weeks. It's expensive. I went out and borrowed money so I could go. And I was diagnosed with not only type 2, but type 1 diabetes. So, I was like, whoa. I became like Uncle Gabe's little prized puppy because my numbers were like amazing. When I started with no metformin or insulin or anything, he had us go off of everything and start right away with the juicing.
Yeah.
Cucumber, kale, and celery. That's it.
That's all you did?
That's all I did for 2 weeks.
Wow. And
I felt so much better.
Yeah. And
my figures before this were 166. That's bad.
Yeah.
Down to 66.
Is your fasting?
Yes.
Sugar?
Fasting blood sugar every morning.
Okay.
And Gabriel really watched over me and saw that I had the inflammation and that I had the type 1. Nobody had ever told me this before. I started to feel so much better. Like immediately. It was like my body was craving the juices. I'd never done juicing before. I'd been raw. Lots of salads, lots of nut cheese, lots of good raw things, and since we live here, we have organic gardens. So I like putting in the raw food, the tomatoes, everything, feeling so much better. No meat, no dairy, no soy, and just the raw fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. I've done remarkable. And this is year 6, and I've been away from, I was there 2 years ago. And my sugar is beautiful. It's just beautiful. It has its little ups, has its little lows, but the year-to-date readings are perfect. Like I think I just had it done about a month ago, and it was a 101. Oh, that's amazing.
That's very good.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
So I am so grateful to have this journey because I think I can help other people.
Yeah.
I really, really do.
I think so too. Had you tried any other approaches before that?
Oh, yes. I went to...
What can you tell us about that?
I went to a top endocrinologist in Chicago, and of course they went to, you know, burn, pill, and shoot you up, whatever, and cut. So I knew there had to be something out there because everybody in my family has diabetes, severe diabetes.
Yeah.
All my male cousins were dead by the time they were 56.
Yeah.
56 dead of this disease.
Deej is 71.
Yeah.
You would not guess this, and she is so sharp, and you really don't look 71.
Well, thank you.
This is part of the raw foods lifestyle.
It is because
I mean, just the skin and the hair and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very thankful to be, you know, to get to know you a little bit and be able to come out here. It's just been such a blessing.
Well, thank you, Chris.
Such a blessing.
Thank you, thank you. The blessing that brought us together is this raw food. It's something that we all have to do.
Yeah.
I mean, if we expect to live a good, active life until we die, and this is it with raw people, we go till we don't go.
Right.
We don't linger. We don't get sick. Things like this. We fight at every front. We're fighting a disease. We're fighting a condition. Right. And I've got my life back. Yeah. I mean, it was just like, here's your life. And the decisions that I have to make every day, I have to think about the fruits and vegetables that I eat. And smoothies. Right. Smoothies are incredible.
Oh, they are.
Because they fill you up. And, you know, you don't have the craves and things like that. Yeah. But I really, I'm enjoying my life now. My husband's 76. I'm 71. And you would never believe it. I work in the kitchen doing food prep for the people that come to the Rawnora Lodge, and I'm standing there working with people 30, 35 years old, and I've still got the stuff. And I'm so pleased. Your brain comes back, your mind comes back. My reading is faster. Yeah. And my husband's a psychologist, so he tests me on a lot of things, and can't believe the acuity that I have. So I'm really happy about this.
If you're ever in the Southwest Michigan area, or kind of, you know, off near Chicago, we're not too far from that either. This is an amazing place for you to come to, not just for diabetes, but to learn about raw foods and escape to a beautiful, beautiful facility here that Deej runs. So definitely check it out. I put the website up there. Let's talk a little more about Rawnora and what you're doing with. She actually has a Camp Rawnora. So there's Rawnora Lodge, and her along with some other staff members have created Camp Rawnora. And with this, that is basically how you're introducing raw foods to the community and educating people.
We have a really amazing program schedule that we're going to be coming up with in the next couple of weeks. Adam Graham wrote Raw Food for Dummies, or Dummies Guide
to
the
Detox one.
The Detox, yeah. And that's going to be very, very exciting. Yeah. We are going to have a raw vegan cook-off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're going to offer a prize. Yeah. Uncook-off.
I was going to say
uncook-off, yeah. But the vegan can be cooked. That's okay. But we're going to offer prizes and have people here. We just think that's going to be exciting. Yeah. Very exciting, because you can come here, win money, eat some good food. We're also going to have a week or 10 days of camping. I mean, it's going to be Camp Rawnora, beading classes, life-saving classes, anything that you would have as you did as a kid, we're going to have it here. We're going to have little games and things like this, so it makes it really, really easy. And you can either fast with the juices, or we can make smoothies or regular food, and maybe all three. But we think this is going to get people here, get interested in it, and know that if they can do the week 10 days, they're set. The thing is, you have to be informed. You have to have a blueprint. Otherwise, raw food, what's that? You eat raw oysters off? No. Right. So it's we're going to have some really nice things. We're going to have the 4th of July thing again, where all the raw people in the area come, and we just have a good time. Stay overnight. I can sleep 100 people, but there's the place called the Raw Camp Rawnora Corridor, which starts at the front of the camp and runs all the way through to the villa. We're going to have horse therapy for people that are going raw or find this lifestyle a little perplexing. We think by bringing in the raw with the horse therapy and just support. My husband is Hunter Leggit. He's a psychologist. He's going to be leading that program. So I think it's great. And then we have 400 acres here to run around in.
It's beautiful, by the way.
And the lake, and it's just a very healing situation.
You feel so at ease and at peace out here, just the energy that flows throughout this camp. It's so different. I mean, than anything else I've ever experienced.
Yes. I've been here, we have been here for almost 24 years.
Yeah.
When we bought it, I mean, there were no ceilings, no roofs, no this, no that. It's our life's work. I mean,
you have quite an extensive business background before this, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Tell the listeners a little bit about that, just kind of a summary.
I was and believed in, I was a account executive. Okay. And one of my accounts was the old Marshall Fields, Charles A. Stevens, Lord and Taylor, and Saks Fifth Avenue. And I worked there for about 6 years as an account executive. And I was in the beauty salon department, and I believed all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But this, I think I had to go through this to get to this. To see the insecurities of people, or the one, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to... Just stop eating the fast food, and maybe you'll see some miracle.
Right. And that is getting so much more difficult these days with scientists basically creating natural flavors that make food like that impossible to resist.
Exactly.
And you don't feel those consequences immediately. It's a long-term process. And that's what we need to educate people with. But raw foods, it can be kind of a scary thing at first when you're not quite sure what it is. And so why don't you explain from a very basic level, for someone who's never been experienced to raw foods, what it is, kind of what the paradigm is. So what is raw foods, and why does it work? Why did it work for you with diabetes? Why does it work for so many different disorders?
I'm a very stubborn person. And after seeing what happened to my relation, and now it's everyone has somebody in their family or a friend who's diabetic. The diabetes is all about food choices and how refined they are. The white guys in ties that own McDonald's, they don't care if you're getting nutrition. I've gone into McDonald's for a long time ago, and I saw these huge people, 400 or 500 pounds, eating, sandwich after sandwich and soda after soda. So I asked Dr. Cousins, I said, what is that? He said, number one, you can't feed a hungry heart. Number two, the thing that you're drinking in your juice, they're trying to find in 7 Big Macs.
Yeah. Right.
They eat. The executives know that it's cheap food, the caloric intake is enormous. And let's face it, it gives you a comforting feeling.
Yeah.
But I can get that out of a smoothie, something that's good for me. It goes right to the cell.
Right.
Where the other way with the white bread, the meat, the this, the that, the mayonnaise, the high saturated, this, that, it's going to kill you. It's just a matter of time. Or you're going to get diabetes. It'll be a slow decline.
Right.
So the thing is, I just think that the bad food, the hospitals, the medical, the pharmacies, they're all in it together. It makes me happy to think I don't have to do that.
Right.
I take a thyroid pill that I've been taking since I was 11, so it's been over 60 years. I've been on thyroid pill. That's the only one I take. That's it.
Right. That's an amazing
yes
amazing feat at your age.
And you know what else? These fast food places have social psychologists.
Right.
They know about the flavors, they know about the colors, they know a little clown jumping around or a penguin or whatever it is, and the child is programmed into wanting it.
And it's getting worse too. I mean, can't really be specific, but there are I've actually visited a think tank of one of these organizations before. And the psychology that goes behind that and what they think, the ways that they will go through so many different sacrifices just to get you to buy these things.
To make
they
them
destroy
rich,
oatmeal.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even buy oatmeal at any of these places.
Wow.
I mean, without having 10 different preservatives in them.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's not that you or I go there.
No, but I go to just see what's out there.
Yeah.
I like to look at the menu. I like to ask them how many grams of fat, how many of this, how many of that. Plus, the meat industry is killing the country.
Mm-hmm.
It's like suffocating us with the methane and the dirt, and we should eat what the cow eats, not the cow.
Right.
I mean, I'm in full belief of that.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't. If I smell it, and in my regular kitchen where I have to cook sometimes maybe 400 meals on the weekend, I have my assistants touch it. I can't even touch it. I mean, it's just a creepy feeling. And yet, I'm an Indian. We believe in eating lots of meat, and I just can't do it.
Yeah.
It's just, ugh.
Yeah.
Takes a long time to digest, and I want to eat what the cow eats.
Yeah.
Not the cow.
Yeah. That's understandable, and you know, one of the biggest problems nowadays is even if you did, the sources of these foods, I think that's one of the scariest things.
Yes.
And what they're feeding these animals, and you know, all the genetically modified things
Oh,
that
yeah.
get into
that
that.
is
We don't
scary.
know. We don't know where that's gonna take us.
I think we do. But it's not a good place. It's not a good place. It's
Right.
not a good place.
Right. So, and what else can raw foods be used for with people?
I would say I have seen cancer cured.
Really?
Cured.
Really?
I have seen.
Kind of like the Gerson therapy. Are you familiar with that?
I just read about it like a couple of days ago. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I couldn't believe it.
That's what they're doing at that institute there, the Gerson Institute.
Right.
They're trying to reverse a lot of cancer. Apparently, they've had a lot of success with it in certain types of cancer.
I will tell you one thing: is if you have cancer, cancer loves sugar. It'll just it eats and just it's out of control.
Yeah.
And when I have people that come here that have cancer that aren't part of the program, the raw program, and they'll say, you know, I don't know what to do. And I say, I'll tell you one thing, because I know you're not ready to become raw and vegan and this and that. I said, stop eating sugar. And they go, oh no, I have to give up sugar? Can't I have just a little? I said, no, give it up.
Yep.
It's not good.
It can be difficult though. I mean, it can be difficult for when we have such an addiction.
That's true.
To sugar.
And you're sick, and you think you need that comfort.
Right.
Don't do it.
Right, and a lot of times those simple sugars, they don't even really give you energy. It's nothing like you know, a full bowl of greens with all kinds of, you know, raw oils, things like that, and cold pressed oils, just everything, and all that diversity.
You have acute taste buds after a while.
Yeah.
And it's just, and when you go to the store, you don't know how long things have been there. Check all the dates. Stay away from the dairy. Go right to the fruits and vegetables. I was at fruits and vegetables department at Myers the other day. It's bigger than the meat department, and I stood there and almost cried.
Yeah.
I was like, at last, somebody's getting the picture.
Right.
Somebody's getting the picture.
Right. Yeah, Myers doing a pretty good job.
Yes, they are.
These days.
You better believe it.
Yeah, it's a Michigan thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you probably don't know about it if you're watching this from somewhere else, but there's something else. Oh yeah, do you need to have 100% raw to get the benefits? Now I've experienced a lot less than that. You know, even when I was like 60% raw, kind of around there, I was getting a lot of benefits from it. What would you say to the listeners about that? Can you get benefits from less than that?
If you're ill, if you have an issue, if you have a challenge, health challenge, go 100%. And I mean, let's face it, a little cooked spinach is better than none.
Yeah.
Fruits and vegetables are better if they're maybe just a little bit.
Yeah.
And like I said, in the winter, I crave soup.
Yeah.
So Adam Graham, he makes a soup out of squash, and he heats it just, I think, to 125 degrees. I think you had some one time, no?
I never got a chance to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was talking about it.
Right. So we will eat a lot of that.
Yeah.
Avocados are very good. They keep you from being hungry.
Yeah.
But you really have to have a mindset, and whatever your spirituality is, kind of reach out to that, because I know there's a big job for all of us, you know, to stay away from the bad stuff, the bad foods, the processed foods, the GMO, and I think we're here to be an example.
Yeah.
For everyone. And that's how I feel. I feel like, here I am, 71, no more diabetes 1 or 2, and...
that's such a rare thing.
I know.
I mean, because most people with diabetes 1 are born with it.
I have no idea. I just know they said, oh yeah, they call it 1.5, diabetes 1.5 if you have both, yeah.
Huh,
yeah.
I'm unfamiliar.
But I feel like such an energetic, vital person.
Yeah.
And I certainly wasn't feeling this 10 years ago, believe me.
Yeah.
My aging has reversed.
Wow.
It really has.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I pinch myself, is this really happening? Yeah.
Yeah. So no insulin, no pills.
No.
Nothing.
Just the thyroid pill.
Just the thyroid pill.
But my daughters, they're not raw. They're not even vegans.
Yeah.
And we will go to places and people say, oh, you two are sisters.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's 40. She's going to be 50. And the other daughter is 46. I mean, people think that I'm they're not their mom.
Yeah.
I think might think maybe I'm a young aunt, but they say sister.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very pleased with the way this is, and my family's very pleased with the result as well.
If you were gonna give the listeners a couple tips, just getting into raw foods, simple tips, how would they go about that?
Just go to the market, avocados, spinach, oranges, apples, and just put it in a big basket. Like I have a big baskets of food here. When you're in and out or going out, you just grab it. It's there. And it's not hard. You don't have to stand and make nut cheese. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. Food prep, none. Just open it up, pour a little sea salt, eat it, and your hunger goes away. Also smoothies. In the morning, I make a smoothie, dump, buzz, buzz, buzz. I make it for 2 meals.
Yeah.
So I can have it for a late lunch as well.
Yeah.
But the green is the thing. The green, the algae, the this, the that, the collards, the kale. It's just amazing.
That chlorophyll boost.
You got it, oxygen.
Yeah.
You got to put the green stuff. That's oxygen into your body.
Yeah, because from what I understand, it's almost identical to hemoglobin in our bloodstream, and it's almost like a lot of people say it's almost like a blood transfusion.
Well, it is.
And I've experienced that as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, green smoothies are great.
Oh, you feel so energized, so sharp.
Yeah.
But that'll do it. When you eat heavy cooked food, you feel so sluggish. You don't feel sharp and bright.
Yeah. And
your energy is low, and your outlook is low, gray, kind of. But I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning and go till about 10, 11 at night.
Yeah.
And
it's quite a marathon.
I have a lot of that.
Yeah. Now, what about...
Excuse me.
You're fine. What about... can raw foods take you all the way? I mean, do you take any supplements?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Dr. Cousins got me on supplements.
So what are some of the top supplements for people that are going through a raw foods diet?
I would say multi-B, D, D3, and let me see what else. Oh, enzymes, digestive enzymes. Yeah. Enzymes are very good. I can tell that they really do help absorb the vitamins that you're putting in.
Yeah.
So all kinds of digestive enzymes are good too.
Yeah. Seems like everybody's deficient in D3 these days.
Oh.
I mean, and they're finding more and more that I've heard about 80% of cancers can be greatly reduced of their chances just by vitamin D3 alone.
Wow.
From so if you have vitamin D3 deficiency, you could have an 80% greater chance of acquiring cancers.
I've heard mood elevating too is very good with vitamin D3.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I've been taking those right along.
Yeah. Well, it's been great talking to you, Deej, here.
Oh, it's good seeing you again, Chris.
And is there anything else you'd like to kind of promote the camp here?
Oh yeah, Camp Rawnora. Look us up on Camp Rawnora, Rawnora, or just plain Rawnora, Rawnora. We're going to be putting out our wonderful schedule for this year with some surprises. But we're going to have some really, really interesting things going on because, like he said, the land is old. We have 400 acres here. We started out with 75 acres and we've grown to 400. And just lately we've given $1 million worth of land to the Land Conservancy.
Oh.
This was not with Native American money or grants or anything. It's us.
Yeah.
We just bought it, became available. We get 5 acres here, 20 acres there, just kept going. And this way they will defend it. The Michigan Land Conservancy. No high rises, no bad things going on here. So you see, we walk the walk that we talk. We walk the walk that we talk.
I see that. I see that. And you've been very generous to people as far as, you know, making the rates for all these different events very affordable.
We're about half price.
Yeah.
It's because we can. The land is paid for.
Yeah.
And we have people that are, I don't know, we're just giving people. Like Adam, oh my, yes. Yeah. He's just one of the ones. He's a diamond. He doesn't think in dollars and cents.
He's their raw food chef here.
And the writer.
And the writer.
Author, yeah. We just don't think of becoming millionaires. That is not our prime thing.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, fact is, we're like anti-money. Fact is, we're looking for volunteers. Green Energy Exchange. So if you're interested in spending the summer here and you can bring some gifts to us as far as talents, get a hold of us. Yeah.
So kind of in summary here, raw foods could be a very excellent way to kind of approach the disease model, kind of looking at how to treat diabetes and maybe many other chronic disorders as well.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, if everyone was raw, I'm afraid we would put the medical people out of business.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm sure we could go on forever about that, but we won't.
We won't.
We won't rant about that.
But we have to do something and do something fast.
Yeah.
Because this exploration of our brothers and sisters with that fast food stuff, the processed foods, making the children want it all the time, the meat eaters. I mean, my son-in-law is from London. I never saw one person eat more cheese and meat in my life.
Really?
And he has problems.
Huh.
He has problems with
I had thought that it was the other way around. I had understood that a lot of places in throughout Europe especially were using meat more as a condiment than so that's not the case, huh?
Not my son-in-law.
Maybe he's an exception to the rule.
He eats 3 times. Oh, they make fun of me. Oh, yeah. But, you know, they always have my salad there. They always have the fruit there. When they're cooking meals for everyone else, they make sure that Unchi, which is grandmother in Algonquin, Unchi, or no, it's Lakota, and they will always have my food there for me. So they do respect, and I am showing my grandchildren
that's very cool.
As an example. Again, we're examples.
Yeah.
And I won't preach to them. I mean, I might make a little face when I see them eat the 3rd hamburger.
But you have to remember you're at that point as well.
Yes.
So
and they have to come to me, and if they want my help, they'll ask for it.
Yeah. Yeah, people just won't. I mean, you can't force change on people. They have to want to be ready to change.
That's right. And when you go to the market and you see people with food stamps and this and that buying bad stuff, hooked up to oxygen in a wheelchair, and it's like, if I could just have them come out to my place for even 10 days, it would change their life.
Yeah, I believe it, and I've seen it personally. So, well, thank you very much, Deej.
Thank you. It was so good seeing you again.
You too.
All right.
And this has been HealthyConsumer.com's Integrative Health Interviews here with Deej Leggit, and I'm Chris Sovey, and thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.
Bye.